All right, it is time for language, so I need you to make sure you have your language book and a pencil out because this is the lesson and practice video all together. Page number 176, pause, go. All right, page 176, diagramming adjectives. What I want you to do is actually pause this video and read through the blue box all on your own, okay? And then I will explain to you what it all means. Ready, pause, go. Okay. Welcome back. Diagramming adjectives. So if you remember, adjectives are things that describe. We learned how to find them in sentences last week, and we are going to learn how to diagram them on sentences. So you can kind of see they're already going down in that like angled line, dropping down, not straight down, but angled. You can see how those are there. So let's practice a little bit. Look at Think A. You need a notebook paper, or if you just have room there, on the page, that's up to you, but we are going to diagram some of these together, okay? So look at Think A number 1. White fleecy clouds. What is the noun in this fragment? Clouds. So your clouds, you're just gonna do one line, right? Clouds. And then it has what words describing it? White and fleecy. So drop those diagonal lines down and write each adjective on its own line, okay? White, fleecy. Let's go to, I actually want to jump over to number 4, okay? Let's skip 2 and 3, let's jump to 4. Diagram this with me. What is my noun in the fragment? An honest and noble, or an honest and dependable man. The noun is man. So make your straight line with the word man. Make your, how many words describe man? Actually, there are 3 of them. So I need to make this a little longer. And, which man? And, okay, that's an article, remember? So it's going to describe man. Honest, dependable. But there's one more word we need to put in there. It is the word that joins the 2 adjectives together, and that is and. So just like you do with your rocket, you're going to do a dotted line with and going across, just like that. Okay, and next we are going to do, let's do number 6, a kind and generous king. So my noun is what? King. How many words describe the king? 3. A is an article, so it describes the word king. Kind, generous. Okay, so you need to make 3 lines dropping down. A, kind, generous. All 3 of those words describe the king. Now, their word and in there, where is that going to go? A and kind king or kind and generous king? Yes. So do your dotted line and put and in that little tiny gap right there. That's how you do those. All right, let's jump down to Think B. You don't need to worry about the rest of Think A. Think B. We need to put the words in their appropriate positions at the diagramming line. So they already have this set up for us. Let's look at our sentences and figure out what parts of speech those different words are, and then we'll diagram them. So happy summer days came and went. Happy summer days came and went. We need to find our verb first. So what would our verb be? What's happening? Came, but also, you can already tell by our rocket that there's how many verbs? 2. Came and went. What came and went? Happy came and went. Days came and went. Summer came and went. Days. Days is our subject. Okay, now, it's also a noun. So, what words describe days? Happy. What kind of days? Happy days. Which days? Summer days. Okay, so those are our arrows. Can you see those? I'm going to zoom in just a little bit there. Okay, so let's diagram. First, we know days is our subject. Came, first verb. Went, second verb. Our connecting word is and. So this is going to go here in the cockpit. Okay? Now our adjectives that are describing days, put them in order. Happy on that first diagonal line. Summer on the second. Now I want you to notice happy here is capitalized because it's the first word of the sentence. Summer is a season. It does not get capitalized. Don't forget that. Okay, let's go down to number 2. Sweet and juicy peaches and watermelon were served. Start with our verb. What's our verb? It's a helping verb and an action verb. Were served is our verb. What was served? What were served? Watermelon was served. What else? Peaches were served. Subject, peaches and watermelon were served. My connecting word is and, okay? So now we need to know what sweet and juicy are. What do they describe? They describe peaches. Sweet and juicy peaches and watermelon were served. Okay, and then this is another connecting word. So let's start with our verb, were served, and that's the easiest part. So were served is our verb. Remember, when we diagram, the verb and the predicate always goes on the right side. Subject, peaches, is our first one, so it goes on the top of the rocket. Watermelon is our second one, it goes on the bottom. Our connecting word goes in the cockpit, which is and, right here. And then our adjectives. Sweet describes peaches first. Juicy describes peaches second. And what word connects sweet and juicy? And that goes on the dotted line there, okay? So that's how you diagram. When you do think C, I want you to find and underline the verb in the subject and draw arrows for your adjectives just like we did here, okay? Because that's going to help you before you diagram. It's going to help you know and think through what lines you need to draw to get ready. Okay, we're actually doing 2 lessons in one today. So go ahead and turn over to page number 177. And that is next. 177. This one is pretty easy. I'm going to pull up my chair. It's called Noticing Comparisons. So when you're using adjectives, there's going to be a lot of comparisons. And what those just are tall, taller, tallest. So if you look at that blue box, I want you to go ahead and read through that again. Pause, go. All right, welcome back. Look at the blue. I want you to focus on the blue sentences in that blue box. When 2 people or things are being compared, you just add ER. Okay, so if there's only 2 people, you just add ER. So, I am faster than my nephew Jeffrey. Okay, so that is, there's only 2 of us, myself and Jeffrey, that we're comparing our speed to. So it's just the ER. But if I were to say I am the fastest in our family, which is not true, I am not the fastest by far. I'm not the slowest, but I'm not the fastest. Because there's more than 2 people in my family. So if there's one person, I am fast. I'm just kidding, I'm not. If I'm comparing myself to one other person, which makes 2 people total, it is I am faster than my nephew Jeffrey. Or if I'm talking about my whole family, I am not the fastest in my whole family. Because there are, let me count now. There's 10 of us. Did I tell you that my niece Lavina was born? I don't remember if I did or not, but she's precious. She was born about a month ago, I think. Her name is Lavina Jean, and she's so sweet, and I can't wait to go meet her, but I haven't met her yet because of all of this, so we haven't been able to travel. But I just don't remember if I told you that or not. So that's some exciting news a month later. Anyway, let's keep moving on our noticing comparisons. Let's look down at the next blue box, or the next blue sentence in the blue box. When 3 or more people are being compared, add EST to the end of the adjective. Okay, so that's just what we talked about right now. Let's do a little practice. Think A. The following sentences are correct. Read them, noticing the correct use of adjectives ending in ER into EST. Notice the spelling of the adjectives in 2, 3, and 4. So we're just going to do 1 through 5 together, and then you're going to read through the rest on your own. Number 1, I am taller than my older sister. So I and my sister. So how many people? 2. So they just added ER to the end of the sentence. Number 2, that is the bluest sky I have ever seen. Comparing all of the skies you've ever seen in your entire life. More than 2, obviously, EST. Notice how they spelled that though, because there's already an E at the end of that word blue, B-L-U-E. They just had to add the ST, okay? So it's not 2 E's, ST. It's just they added the ST onto that E because the E was already there for them, blue-est, okay? Number 3, my cat is fatter than it should be. So there, it's counted as 2 because it's comparing it to what a normal cat should be like. So you have your cat and what a normal cat should be. So my cat is fatter than it should be. Okay, the imaginary cat that it should be, basically. So you're comparing 2. Notice the spelling on that one though, because fat you spell F-A-T. But whenever it ends like that with like your short vowel and there's the one consonant at the end, you need to double it and add ER. I think you guys know that rule, so it shouldn't be hard. It's just using it in this context. Okay, so big. If you were to say, my house is bigger than my grandma's, big is B-I-G, but bigger has 2 G's. It has a double G, B-I-G-G-E-R. So you've got to remember that, double that consonant there sometimes. Number 4, that star seems brighter than usual tonight. So it's brighter than usual because the star's brightness tonight is being compared to what it typically is, so the typical star. So tonight's star being compared to the typical star, okay? So that's why it's counted as 2, all right? And then number 5, of the three boys who caught the biggest fish. So we actually just use this as an example with the but biggest, notice the double G in the middle because it's B-I-G, and then you need to add the second consonant because that's going to make it still this short vowel versus if it was just 1 G, it would be biger instead of bigger. So that's going back to your kindergarten and 1st grade phonics. So go ahead and take a look. I want you to read through those next 5 all on your own, and go ahead and do Think B on your own, and then you're going to just do the even numbers on the next page, on page 178. So you're finishing the diagramming from 176. You're reading through the last 5 in Think A. Do Think B. Okay, so you have to go back and read those a little bit. Do Think B, and then only do the even numbers. So that would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, okay, on page number 178. All right, that's everything. I think you have one more video, so you're not done with me yet.